Yo guys, Late Games here and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about Drama Alert's new video. So it's called The Plunge of H3H3 Productions. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is actually not made by Keemstar himself. It's a re-upload of a video by Gokanaru. This has got a bit of history to it because it was uploaded months and months ago. I can't give you an exact time frame, but it was actually removed due to YouTube's policy update. So he explains everything that happened in my video was removed for harassment video. Basically, he said that three videos from his little commentary circle got affected. So in my opinion, it had a lot of good points. Some I think aren't as good as they were made out to be. Some weren't as relevant as they would be, but there are a lot of points, and as I predicted a couple videos ago, they're both going to get hate from this. I knew this wasn't going to end up well for either creator. Looks like, I reckon after this video, H3H3 will lose subs as well. You know, you can just see this happening from a mile away. So the first point of the video was just showing H3H3's snaky nature by basically highlighting the H3H3 Leafy beef. Basically, they slagged off Pyrocynical in DMs. Leafy released these DMs and they all got hate. Apart from Pyrocynical, he won from this situation, gained lots of subs. And then, even though there were screenshots released, H3H3 just fully denied it. Also, the second huge point was that they said that H3H3 is very hypocritical because basically H3H3 supported PewDiePie in the anti-Semitic apocalypse situation, but then he went quite harsh on him when he said the N-words. Even though he has a background of using this word, there's a video circulating, people take it out of context, but there's, you know, his main point wasn't the fact that he used this word as in the way he did. It was the fact that he has the history of using this word, so he shouldn't have commented on the situation. Yeah, which I completely agree on. So his next point was the one which I didn't really think hit that well. Basically, it's on about a podcast where they got JonTron on, which is so they had him on as a guest in their podcast, and 8 months prior he got in a serious situation due to racism again, but they basically asked him a question, he made a statement, but the problem with this podcast was they kept on edging back to this situation and he kept on trying to fire it away, and I think it was a bit of a stupid idea for them to carry on firing at this one situation so much. It's a bit rude really if you have a guest on, but I'm actually surprised that one, they didn't read through the questions or send the questions over to the guest, and two, him saying, this subject, I want to make my statement, but apart from that I want it to be off limits, because I believe that's quite a common thing to happen. If a celebrity has an interview or such, it gets sent to their PR manager, they check through questions, make sure everything's okay, make sure they won't get tripped up. Sometimes they even write the questions. I know they wouldn't do that because it's just YouTube, but I'm surprised he didn't ensure that wouldn't get brought up that much if he didn't want it to. But you know. So before all of this and later on in the video, he was just basically saying, he helped iDubbbz with his video, but this led on to the fact that he was saying that H3H3 is very opportunistic, and he basically will only work with YouTubers with similar sub counts, higher sub counts. He won't go for someone with lower sub counts. He even explained this by bringing up the situation where they got an engineer called William Osman who had 650k subs, and they said that they only gave him a 20-minute slot. Again, I think it's sort of rude to have a guest on for 20 minutes, but at the same time, H3H3 doesn't really have any fault in this, because I would have thought that the 20-minute slot would have been agreed upon prior to the video. It wouldn't have been like he showed up on the day and they wouldn't have been like, oh, you got a 20-minute slot, that's it. If you know. Also, as bad as it sounds, I would say a lot of small YouTubers are opportunistic. well, not even small YouTubers, I'm not saying H3H3 is a small YouTuber, but if you've got offers to go for a YouTuber like PewDiePie or a bigger YouTuber, and then you've got another offer from someone down below you with, like, in my case it'd be like a K subscribers, not being funny, be like, let's just use my channel as an example actually. If you've got a 1K channel asking to do a collab and a 50K channel, you would probably do, like, I'm not saying I'd be rude to the 1K channel, which I think is where H3H3 went wrong by the superiority complex, but you would prioritise the 50K channel or like the larger channel, like that's just human nature. Leading on from this, like I said, it really got pointed out that Ethan is rude to his guests. I think this is inexcusable, especially the clip they used. Although you got to say, in a lot of these cases, I'm not saying that this is excusable, but he's only sort of goes a bit rude against them if they're not giving much to the podcast, or they're not going off him properly. Obviously this isn't going to happen always well. Certain people will produce a much better podcast with one interviewer than they will with another. Just for example, someone might be brilliant with True Geordie, might be rubbish with H3H3, but it might be the other way around with someone else, just because they can't relate to them in some way. In my opinion, I prefer True Geordie. I watch his podcast, but I don't really watch H3H3's. Also, he tried to support the rude point by saying that H3H3 scripts his videos. I didn't really get this one either, because I think it would be stupid to go into a podcast without some sort of script, and the way it looked like it had a few points and a few scripted bits, but it seemed more like a structure just to go off, and I think that's important, because if you go like away from the point too much, it will be, your podcast will get ruined. Like, you need the structure to ensure that the podcast goes in this certain direction. The next point he made to support the rudeness is basically, he called it the dance monkey dance. So he said this is a demeaning manner of making someone do a trick. Again, I have to say, yes, it seems like he was rude in where this occurred. He didn't go around about it in the right way. Although, on the other hand, I think if you look at late night TV shows, right, and you have a comedian, you'll make them tell jokes. And this man said that he was into comedy, loved like making jokes, so why not make him make a few jokes? And also, like, on a late night show, if they've got a singer, they'll make them sing. If they've got if they had Ninja on, they made him game. So I don't get why, you know, he really pointed out, like, him just trying to show this person's qualities. But at the same time, I agree with the partnering of being rude and then making him do tricks. It can come across this way. Although the bit I think he did go really wrong in this video is that basically they made a break, let this guy go to the bathroom, and when he came back, they just kicked him straight off and continued the podcast. If you're going to invite someone on, you need to be polite, courteous, like, you know, you just need to not be a prick. The next point and the final point I'm going to pick out on, there were a couple more, but I don't feel like they're worth really talking about, just because they've been highly discussed topics in the past and they're the most talked about H3H3 stuff. But he said that he created the podcast for money, which is probably true. He used the fact that H3H3 actually has 3 or 4 sponsors in each video, which is mental, and he worked out that he probably earns $10 per 1,000 views, which would be absolutely insane. Although on its own, like he said, I don't think this is a big deal. YouTube's a weird place where the more you keep how much you earn hidden, the more people will hate you when you release it. But if you make jokes about it and just say, oh, I'm here for the cash, like Memeless, Will and E do as examples, you won't really get touched. Like, no one really cares. They'll laugh with you. But the main point on this one is he said that H3H3's quality of videos has decreased on his main channel. And yeah, I've got to agree, like, surely you do need to keep your main channel up if you do a podcast, but same way, loads of YouTubers who have gone off to podcasting have sort of just binned off their main videos and just done podcasting on the main channel, like all together, like Woody's Gamer Tag, for example. So I don't think this is the worst, but if you are going to keep both channels running, also people have different interests at different sort of times. So you know, like, look at my channel. One point I'm into CSGO, one point I'm into FIFA, I've done a bit of Minecraft, and now I couldn't give a fuck about playing any games. But anyway guys, I'll leave the video there and I'll see you guys next time. If you could leave a like and subscribe, give the video a cheeky shout. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. So after I recorded the main video, Keemstar released a tweet. It says, "Dear at H3H3 Productions, I've responded to every out of context lie and manipulation that you have put forth in your free video series on me." I'm just going to stop that there. I don't think he has. I think he hasn't addressed them all properly. But I think he's addressed them enough. Anyway, we'll move on. Today I re-uploaded a video you fear the most. At Gokanaru, Doc, please be a man and respond. You can't take this vid down, approved by YouTube. So a bit of context to this. People think that basically Ethan Klein had a meeting with YouTube like a week or two before this one was taken down. So people say a few words were exchanged, and that's why the video got taken down. But as it's approved by YouTube, it means that it's not going to get taken down, and he's going to have to respond to it now. He can't just leave it like that, especially with the shitstorm he put on Keem. Now it's been turned the other way slightly. He is going to have to respond to this a bit.